Howdy folks, Carl Contino here of Untapped Genius. How you guys doing? So, as you guys know, I do a daily live and I've done it every single day since I started May 16th, 2017, and I'm not about to miss a day. So, I'm going to be doing a men's group retreat this weekend. I'm leaving in a few hours, and I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere with absolutely no phone, no internet, nothing. I'm actually really looking forward to that. And so I wanted to find a way to, follow through on my commitment to do my daily lives. So I'm doing this pre-recorded video, and I'm going to have my friend upload it to my timeline tomorrow. And then Sunday night I'll be back and I can do a live then. So there you go. So I just did a live on the topic of being a man. Good topic since I'm going to a men's retreat. So I have been part of a men's group from the Mankind Project. It's a organization throughout the whole world that supports men in a very healthy way, where we get to be strong and all that, right? But we also have a forum, a space, an environment where we can actually just be ourselves. We can put our guard down, our persona, that rugged individual kind of thing that most men have been trained to be. And in that open forum, we're able to just express ourselves, just tell what's going on, and then we can get a little bit of feedback if you want. But that's not the main thing. It's really just to have a forum to express yourself openly. Imagine that. And I'm a firm believer that the less secrets we have, the healthier we are. And the more we can be transparent, just share what's going on, the healthier we are. So withholding, holding back, stuffing our emotions, all that kind of stuff. Physiologically, it's not a good thing. Um, and for myself personally, now I'm somebody who can express himself emotionally. It's actually really easy for me to do. However, um, who am I being as I'm sharing is an interesting um, thing to pay attention to. So as I express my emotions and whatnot, do I have a sense of grounding and strength in the middle of that, or am I kind of like loosey goosey, feeling wimpy, or just kind of like out of sorts? There's a difference, and I'm learning what that difference is. But anyway, speaking of one's emotions, fundamental. And so the men out there, I hope you guys have a place, a group of people, a really good friend that you can just be yourself with, that you can express what's going on with you. And to not worry about, oh, I'm going to show up as weak or fluffy or whatever. Because paradoxically, being able as a man to express himself emotionally, which can be seen as weak, and therefore within that context, it takes strength and courage to be able to express oneself. And I don't think it's a luxury. I think that it's absolutely critical that men have a place to just simply be. To be who you actually are. To actually reveal what's really going on in you. To not wallow in it, but to give oneself permission to just be yourself, somehow, some way. And that these men's groups, they're just awesome. They're Native American oriented in a soft kind of way, and there's a bit of a ritual involved in these men's groups. Again, it's called Mankind Project, and the men's group I'm part of here locally, we meet every other week, and they're called I groups. So this weekend, it's a retreat, and for what I hear, it's a rather profound experience. And they take a picture of you before and after the event, and I guess there's quite a difference. So I'm stepping into this thing in a number of hours, and I'm thoroughly excited and a little apprehensive because of the uncertainty of it all. And I hear it's a pretty intense thing. And but I'm up for it. I'm ready for it. Um, we need these groups more than ever. I was saying in the live earlier that I'm not impressed with my gender. I love human beings. I think we're absolutely amazing. But boy, men have screwed things up so royally in this world. I was saying earlier that if it were up to me, I would do a little experiment. I would fire all men from leadership positions. I'm only half serious. And I would put women and children in leadership roles, and let's see if they can do a better job. I'd give them a couple of years, Because men, we got some work to do. We're still living as we're like primitive cavemen as far as I'm concerned in many ways. The rugged individual and all that kind of stuff, tough and I got my shit together kind of thing, all the way to, we still have this primitive approach to solving our problems called war. It's insane. And yet it's going on right now. It's ridiculous. It's not needed. There's just so many other better ways of resolving and coming together. And as a species, we need to grow up. I think we stopped developing in about high school or something. I don't know. But there's a lack of emotional and mental development, I'll say. It's really lacking in our schools and whatnot. I mean, schools are designed to give us a job, right? But ideally, I'd like to see them creating an environment where we get to grow as human beings. Growing in the sense of awareness of who we are, who we're becoming. To be able to express oneself, what's going on. It's just such a simple concept, but so fundamental and necessary. But we're not encouraged, we're not taught to be self-aware and to express ourselves openly. In general, we're just not encouraged to do that. And I think that makes a huge difference in this world. So, when it comes to being a man in this world, I myself would be considered to be a soft man. I am very emotionally based. But guess what? I'm discovering that softness is not weakness. Now, I can come from softness and be in a ungrounded place, or, I can have some stories triggered in me, or there's an ungrounded way of being soft, kind of like, like this people-pleasing thing in me. Oh, please like me kind of thing. It does get triggered from time to time. But the difference between that and being soft but grounded in your strength, that's a different feeling. And I think that's an incredible way to be. And I'm learning what that feels like. Because I am very emotionally based. I am hypersensitive. I am extremely transparent. I share what's going on in my mind. I share my doubts, my fears, all that kind of stuff. And I find actual safety in doing that now, paradoxically. But to be able to do that is such a rare thing. And if you are somebody who's a soft man, or what could be considered that, how do people look at you? Do they see you as weak, or fluffy, or whatever? Or do they appreciate your ability to be an emotionally based human being? I was mentioning the book Raising Cain in the live I just did. Check it out. It's very interesting. They show how little boys by the age of like 5 or 6, they've already been taught to not express themselves emotionally. But you put that boy, hook him up to an EEG, and his brain waves, even though he says, oh, I'm fine, okay, yeah, you're not upset, Johnny? No. Or sad, or lonely, or scared, whatever, right? No, I'm fine. But the brain waves are saying something else. They're going crazy. So, a guy might say, oh, no, I'm not emotional and I don't let it get the best of me. And that might very well be true, but emotions are intrinsic to being human. And if we are not given a medium to express whatever's going on, that stuff gets stuffed. And that is not good. It will show itself, it'll reveal itself in weird, wacky ways. It gets stored in the body, forms of stress, and a lack of ease, and can lead to other things as well. So, to be able to express yourself emotionally, fundamental, important, critical, especially for men who are not encouraged to do that. So there's a book, a classic book that I highly recommend if you're all interested in getting into, the nature of what it is to be a man. There's a book, it's a classic. It's called Iron John. As a matter of fact, let's see, I'll turn the man picture off and you should be able to see this now. Yeah, and then I'll put myself to the side like that. So at least you can see the book. So yeah, Robert Bly, it's a classic book, Iron John. I have to read a passage of it for this men's retreat I'm about to go to. And he brings up really good things to consider, including the man of the 50s. It's in the 50s that I think that the rugged individual, the American man, tough, reliant, all that kind of stuff, was really encouraged. And then at some point, what he calls a soft man came into the picture. And though in general it was a good thing, it had its drawbacks too. That just to be a soft guy is not necessarily a good thing by itself. That for me, here's the bottom line for me personally right now, is blending a sense of softness. Say your feminine aspect. We both have male and female in us, right? And the soft, yeah, I'm in touch with, you could say, the feminine side, I guess. If you want to attribute expressing emotions as feminine, which I don't think it is, but if you look at it that way, then yeah, I've got a strong feminine within me, and I like that. But I also know what it's like to have that and at the same time have a sense of grounding and strength and stability and clarity. And I like that way that feels, the blending of the two. So I can be open, I can be transparent, I can be myself. And I can have strength at the same time. I can be a leader. I can be a source of protection for people. Yeah, I like the feeling. So, I gotta go. This is a real short video. Food for thought, I hope. If you haven't read the book, if you're a man, Iron John. It's a classic. And if you could benefit from getting support from other men so that you can have a forum to just be yourself, what a concept, right? Just to be yourself, to speak openly. Here's what's really going on with me. If that sounds like a good thing and you could potentially benefit, look up Mankind Project. And there are men's groups all over the world. And then they've got these weekend retreats all happening all over the place too. And I'll be sharing more about that afterwards. And speaking of which, I have to go and get ready for it. So, again, sorry this could not be a live video, but I did find a way of being visible and being in touch with you guys, assuming that my friend is going to be able to post it to my timeline, which he doesn't know about yet. Anyway, so there you go. So, yeah, think about what it is to be a man. A healthy, emotionally healthy man. Strong, clear, knows what he wants, and yet flexible, adaptable, some softness, yeah? Interesting. So, much to say on this, but I do have to go. So, all right, that's it. I will be doing a live on Sunday. I'll be back Sunday night. and I'll be sharing some of my experiences. Should be interesting. From what I hear, this is going to be quite the weekend. But huge mystery. Nobody will tell you what you actually do over the weekend. So I'm really excited, but a little apprehensive too. But it's all good. And I'm so ready. I'm just so ready. So, all right, guys. Very good. And remember, life is good no matter what I say. So enjoy the ride. Bye-bye.